Went great. I've been in a couple sim games here over the last few days and gotten a chance to face some live pitching. So today was obviously my first real game, and I only got 2 at bats. Played 5 innings on defense, but everything went really good.
You mentioned the other day that even when you take batting practice or play in sim games, there are some things that you're not going to be able to feel until you actually get out there on the field. So tonight, what were some of those things? What were you able to do tonight that you weren't able to do previously?
Well, just the atmosphere. You got fans in the seats instead of playing on a backfield somewhere at 10 o'clock in the morning and not really anybody around. So I enjoy getting back out there with my teammates in a real game setting, and the volume turned up a little bit, the intensity turned up a little bit, and there's nothing you can do to mimic that game speed. Baseball has a funny way of passing you by if you're not up to speed, and the game moves really fast sometimes. It's good to get back out there and see that.
This is an injury that occurred in the wild card game, the last game the Yankees played in 2015. How concerned were you that it lingered throughout the offseason?
Pretty concerned. I mean, anytime something sticks around for that long, especially when you're told by multiple doctors that it'll go away a little quicker, it could be frustrating. It was a frustrating off season. A lot of doctor's visits, a lot of physical therapy multiple times a week, and I'm feeling like I'm in a good spot right now. I feel like I'm ready to go, and I think the plan is for me to play again on Friday night, so I'm excited to get back out there.
With less than 3 weeks before opening day, what are some of the hurdles that are still left for you to be able to scale? What else do you need to do?
Well, I mean, I'm sure some point next week I'll start playing back-to-back games, getting 3, 4, maybe 5 at-bats in a night, and just really continue to work on my timing, really continue to work on not just in a game, but in bullpen, standing in against our own guys, seeing some velocity, and really work on not just my mechanics hitting in the cage, but my timing, tracking pitches, and getting ready for first week of April.
When you reflect on 2015, it was a tale of 2 halves for you. The first half you hit over 300. The second half you hit around 200. When you think about that, what do you think about being able to change that for this season and not having that kind of inconsistency?
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to get off to a great start again, but I'd also love to finish strong too. So, that's the name of the game. Unfortunately, this it's got a way of humbling you real quick, and sometimes you go through some really high highs and some really low lows, and for me, like you said, last year was kind of like a roller coaster, the tale of 2 halves. So I'd like to be more consistent this year. I don't know exactly what I have to do that, but I know I'm working hard to try and put myself in a good position to be successful. And like I said, tonight was the first step, me getting back out there with my teammates, and it felt good.
How puzzling is that you don't really know what to do differently? I mean, because some people say maybe he should rest a little more. You played over 150 games last year. Maybe Joe Girardi needs to rest him more in the first half. I know you'd rather play, but is it perplexing that you can't put your finger on why that happens?
Yeah, I mean, it can be frustrating. It can be confusing at times, but we're not supposed to understand everything. Like I said, this game has a funny way of putting you back in your place really, really quick, and it moves very, very fast. And I can't say for sure why I wasn't as good in the second half, but I know that if I got off to a bad start. I mean, if I finished pretty slow last year, hopefully that means I'm going to get off to a good start this year. So I'm feeling good, and I'm excited to be back out there.
Asked you a ton of questions about yourself. Final question about the team. What are your expectations for the Yankees this season?
Well, I thought last year we had a really good year. Obviously missed out on the playoffs in 13 and 14 last year, made it back to the playoffs, but got bounced out in the first game in the wild card game. So we'd obviously like to build on that, get back to the playoffs, but also win our division. And the team we're playing tonight, Toronto, they've got a great team again. Really everybody in our division is strong. It's going to be tough, but we'd like to win the division. I feel like we've got a better team right now than we had at this point last year. We've made some good acquisitions over the winter, and I feel like we're in a good place. I feel like we're capable of scoring a lot of runs. I feel like we're capable of having a good starting rotation, and our bullpen, I think, is the best in the game. So, I'm looking forward to it. I think we've got a chance to be really successful, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun.